Hundreds of asbestos-related damage claims filed by residents of Libby are at the heart of a case argued today before the Montana Supreme Court. The defendant in these cases is Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad for its alleged role in spreading contaminated vermiculite waste throughout Libby from its rail yard. MTN's Mike Dennison was at that hearing today.
In January, the state's Asbestos Claims Court rejected BNSF attempts to shield the company from liability for claims by 1,200 people in Libby. The claims say action by the railroad helped spread deadly asbestos fibers through town from vermiculite shipped by rail from the former W.R. Grace mine north of town. On Wednesday, BNSF told the Supreme Court that decision should be overturned. In the words of BNSF attorney Dale Schoengert, the railroad did not mine vermiculite, did not mill it, did not load it into rail cars. It only transported the final product as freight. But attorneys for the plaintiffs told the High Court the case is about more than just the railroad transporting processed vermiculite.
Our case is about the casting of toxic asbestos dust into the community of Libby from the rail yard caused by any disturbance of the dust. That could be the wind. It could be the maintenance activities that the EPA describes. It could be the switching of cars in the rail yard.
Sullivan said hundreds of millions of pounds of asbestos in vermiculite was hauled from the mine into the railroad's yard in downtown Libby. BNSF has invoked several defenses, which it says block liability. It says W.R. Grace is the responsible party, or that federal railroad safety law preempts state law, or that BNSF is a common carrier.
If we're going to say common carriers, you are legally bound under both state and federal law to carry what is presented to you. It makes no sense to hold that carrier liable, strictly liable, if something goes wrong.
Montana's Asbestos Claims Court rejected those arguments and, as Sullivan put it, cleared the way for the plaintiffs and the railroad to prove whether the railroad's actions cause harm or not.
This goes to the issue of causation, Your Honor, and that's what the Asbestos Court has appropriately reserved for trial, the issue of causation and the issue of damages.
The 7 justices asked many questions Wednesday and at the close of the hour-long hearing took the case under advisement and will rule later. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Montana's Asbestos Claims Court, created 2 years ago, is overseeing hundreds of cases in state court related to asbestos poisoning in Libby from the defunct W.R. Grace vermiculite mine.